Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Core Racing League. After a little bit of a vacation week here, we are finally back with a double header from my home track, my favorite track. That's going to be Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Oval, with the Lotus 49 going first, and then the Lotus 79 taking its reins right after. But it's a 2.51 mile track. All the corners are unique to themselves. I was able to get in the car, do a little bit of testing by myself, and tell you what, these cars, I'm not a fan of the Lotus 49, so I'm glad I'm up in the booth and not really driving these cars. But in the booth with me here tonight, I do have Brendan Polt. Brendan, how are you doing there tonight, buddy?
I'm doing just fine. I'm tired from a full day of IRL racing yesterday and more stuff today, but here we are about to broadcast here for Indianapolis. I'm kind of excited though for this race. I mean, with these Lotus 49s, I heard in practice these cars are on edge the entire set of corners. So I'm expecting a little bit of almost a caution fest to a degree here. So I'm excited for this race, man. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be something fun to watch, but right now we're going to bring up the grid for tonight's race. First is going to be John Crane. Second will be Matt Crockett. Third is going to be James Molyneux. Fourth will be Justin Kirby. Fifth is going to be Dan Phelps. Sixth will be Dave Tilford. Seventh, Caleb Collins. Eighth, Paul Butler. Ninth is going to be Joe Sullivan. 10th will be Derek Sherman. 11th will be Kevin Foster. 12th is going to be Carl Handwerk. Scroll on over. 13th will be Thad Marshall. 14th is going to be Chris Hamilton. And rounding out your 15-car field for the first race here tonight is going to be Ricky Gonzalez. I was talking to Ricky as well, and he said these cars drive like the 87s in a way. And after the laps that I put in this session, Brendan, they do not drive anything like the 87. I know for a fact because I love driving the 87s. It's my favorite car to drive. And the 87, nah, I can't see it being with this car. But
yeah, well, everybody has their opinions on how cars drive. I mean, maybe to Ricky it does feel like driving the old 87s, but these cars are, I agree, are a little bit more on edge. If anything, they are much looser than what people may think those 87s are. As we're coming around turn 3 on the one and only pace lap before the drop of the green flag.
Yeah, 35 laps the distance, and you can see just how much sway is in the front end of these cars. Like, they get on the gas, you can see the front end just pick up towards the air. They get on the brakes, it's going to dive down to the inside. Just an absolute beautiful car all the way in and through, as pace car is going to dive into pit lane, this time by John Crane and Matt Crockett. Going to pull these drivers together. Barney's going to wave the green flag, and we are underway here for the first race of 2 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Yeah, it looks like John Crane, or at least the guy on the inside, I believe, gets a very good start. Crockett's going to fall down the line to second place. That's where he got 2 wide for P3 already. And let's see if they'll make it around. Actually, they straighten all the way back, probably about top 10. But you see the very different lines these guys are taking. They're going wide, going low, going middle. It's kind of, with how that works, it's kind of just driver preference here. As Crockett tries to get the draft off Crane, take a peek on the inside. Crane's almost going to give the lane to him as Crockett may get first. Coming, big wreck in the back. Christopher Hamilton.
Oh, big wreck. Oh, yeah.
Oh, bigger. It's not that I don't see.
Oh, no yard sales here tonight, but we do get some flippy-flappy stuff going on. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go back to Mr. Chris Hamilton, as he was the first one to bring out this yellow flag. So we're going to go ahead and get a far chase camera onto the number 64. See what happens to Chris Hamilton going into turn number 3. As you have turn 3, you got a short shoot, and then you have turn number 4, and right there, Hey, Chris, I don't know if you know this, but this isn't Tokyo Drift here, sir. Is he's gonna back it into the wall, and then up towards the front, it's gonna be John Crane, I believe, smacking the
Oh,
wall. Or was
the
that
Crane looks
Jim's?
like it gets. Oh wait, did Molino hit Crane or was that just?
You know, we're gonna have to rewind that just a little bit because there was a lot going on out of this whole corner, and
No. It, it looks like Crane initially got loose, and then Molino almost just repeated what he did. Oh, Crane smacked the wall hard.
and then Dan.
Oh.
Yard sale for the number 85, and there's the 94 flipping up the track, immediately towing, getting it off the track, so everybody able to get back on a bye. As we're gonna go ahead and cut to the live scene here, as you hate to see it, especially on lap number 1.
Yeah, I agree with it being lap 1. It does get a little bit demoralizing. I would know. But we do have one faster pair to hear Lotus today, so everybody will have a chance to come back into this. We still have a long ways to go, especially how big of a track this is. As Crockett still holds the lead over Tilford and Sherman, and I am very shocked at how that's going.
All right, we are back. Had to talk to an admin there just momentarily, but everybody is going to be double filed back up. Chris Hamilton going to have to sit in pit lane to get that towing done, and then have to serve his 1 lap hold for cause of caution. But looks like it's going to be Matt Crockett and Dave Tilford starting on the front row for the next restart. See if Matt Crockett can get a better restart this time than he did with John Crane to his outside or his inside. As pace car down into pit lane this time by Crockett has the go-go button whenever he wants to go. He's going to wait almost halfway down the front stretch, and he is gone balls blazing. Going to clear Dave Tilford and Derek Sherman by, it looks like, about 4 cars as Derek Sherman down to the inside. Going to pull a little bit of a crossover move on Dave Tilford for P2.
Yeah, it looks like Crockett got a great jump on that restart. That allows him to pull a lot. But the draft, dude, Derek Sherman around. Big wreck. Oh, voice crack. Big wreck. Multiple flip and yard sale here. $20 a pop per offender, and it is chaos.
Yeah, that was a big time wreck there. As man, you hate to see it. Especially when it's the car up towards the front, kind of getting loose in front of everybody. That's just something you don't really like to see throughout this race. As Carl's got a lot of front end damage on that number 18 machine.
Oh, Caleb Collins spins after the caution. He's just binned it in turn 3.
Oh, yard sale for the number 72. Make sure, if you guys have a yard sale, make sure you guys sign those quarter panels or the hood, I guess you could say, on this Lotus 49, so we can sell them, make a little bit of a profit off of you. But he just spun it again, do a little bit of a 360, get it back going. Oh, another 360. As while we are under our second yellow, I want to give a big shout out to everybody that has liked, shared, subscribed to CRN. Glad to have you with us. Watch the Core Racing League Premier Series Season number 10 go underway here. As CRN has something to offer you 7 nights a week between money races, PSCRL, Chop Shot GT League, Smoky Mountain Grassroots Racing League, Lucky Dog Racing League, Core GT, Core ARCA Series. Anything that CRN has to offer is always going to be there, no matter what. But got to give another big shout out to Kelly Porter for coming on board with Core Racing and sponsoring a lot of the series. So if you guys want to get your AMSOIL products, make sure you hit up Mr. Kelly Porter for all your AMSOIL needs.
I believe that previous accident has caught up some cars that have already used their fast repair in that lap 1 accident. So I have a feeling we're gonna have a couple of cars gone here, or at least for a couple laps, because people just don't have any more fast repairs anymore. And so far, this race is trending to what I called it as a caution fest, but we're only 7 laps in. We're even pacing 6 of them.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, this is a car that not a lot of people are used to. So trying to get the, I guess, bearings underneath you is going to take a little bit of time to do. I mean, I literally just bought the car to get into the session, so it's not in my wheelhouse. So I mean, gotta kind of do what you can. But a very beautiful car. Like, if we go to the chase camera of Matt Crockett, you can see the transaxles moving in the rear, and just a nice little V8 motor. Nothing too special. Gets you up and going. Big fat tires in the back, kind of skinnier tires in the front. Lots of tread, as you've seen John Crane, that first caution, go up and tag the wall. That's something that you don't really want to do in a Lotus 49.
I know, that rear end is very exposed, considering that, like you mentioned, those rear axle is completely exposed here, and any kind of damage could easily just prevent you from keeping going. So that's truly unfortunate if you somehow just spin like that, or you pull a Hamilton if you stickity play Dirt 2.
Now, what I will say is, I wonder if these cars can bump draft.
Well, they got flat enough rear ends to do that. That would be a very well possibility if you hit them light enough.
I mean, I could see maybe a bump here and there, or, a light tap, a light kiss. But I mean, to like plate track, bump draft, I don't know. I feel like that could like really upset the car in front of you, potentially put damage on your nose and hurt you aerodynamically, because with Indianapolis, it is such an aerodynamic track that you're gonna need all the aero that you can get with these high-speed straightaways and low-banked corners.
I agree, yes. They're now coming around turn 4. Pace car lights are off. We're gonna still restart with about 11 cars still on track. So not as many as I thought would be dead after that accident. I was gonna wait for this pace car to drop back down into pit lane here. Crockett still has the go-go button. It's still Tilford on the outside. Let's see where Crockett will go. He's gonna wait until about halfway down the front straight. He's gone now. Green flag is out once again, as he gets another great jump. Pulls about 3 car lengths on Tilford, as it looks like, I believe, as the 58 of Justin Kirby just made the move for P3 now. They're going to get single file all the way back up to P6. Will they make it around turn 2? Oh, please.
I can tell you what, I think Crockett is the only one that I have seen with the braveness of going all. Look at the draft. Oh my goodness. Look at the suck.
Is crazy.
Look at the suck all the way to Matt Crockett. Matt Crockett does the wisest thing I've ever seen anybody do. He's like, you know what? 3 wide on lap 9? Nah, you can have it. The lead is not that important to me. Almost gets in the back. This is some tight, close quarters racing here. Is Ricky Gonzalez up to P number 4, started 15th. Is already up 11 positions on the field. Kind of taking a little bit of a note from my book on Tuesday, Friday night. Tilford, yeah, Tilford going on around, and that will bring out our next caution flag. I'm going to go ahead and see what happened here to Mr. Dave Tilford.
It looks like Crockett was just getting a little bit too close to Tilford, got him in the rear end, and yeah, just hard tapping that right rear for Tilford there. He's going to get turned around and luckily barely miss any other cars to prevent any other damage.
Tell you what, I kind of want to rewind that and watch it from the rear chase camera of Mr. Dave Tilford, just because that was, 1, an amazing save, and 2, everybody that was coming around him never made contact. Oh, a little bit of net code from the 10 and the 12, and then you seen there the right rear tire of the number 12 machine caught in between that number 10 machine. As right here, if John Crane never lifted, I think John Crane would have got involved. Dave Tilford trying to do what he could, puts it down into the grass, and Kevin Foster getting through it as well. So Dave Tilford, hats off to you for a great recovery there.
I'll tell you what, the 85 of Dan Phelps almost just became the victim there of that accident, but he barely had a little bit of space there to keep that straight.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be, it just... I think that would have been a brown pants moment for me if, like, I see a car coming back down at the racetrack. Yeah, I'd be, Go ahead, give me that.
It doesn't matter where you are. You could either be Crane. I'm sorry to interrupt, man, but you're either in Crane's position where if you don't brake, you run into him and you hope nobody rear ends you, or you're in Phelps' position that you're on the bye, just like, please don't come down, please don't come down, please. So as we got people coming into pit road here, but yes, apologize, man. I realized I cut you off there so badly.
Oh man, hey, you know what? It works out for me. You know, I'm running on about 2.5 hours of sleep. Did 17 hours of work today, so hey, more the merrier. You know what I'm saying? So, you gotta make bread, as they say, literally. Bread factory smells good, but bread, tired of seeing bread for the day. But Justin Kirby does inherit the lead. Matt Crockett's going to sit P number 2, and Ricky Gonzalez back into P number 3. Kevin Foster up to 4th. Dave Tilford drops back to P number 5. Caleb Collins in 6th. John Crane in 7th. Thad Marshall in 8th. Carl Hanework in 9th. Running out your top 10 will be Dan Phelps. Joe Sullivan in P number 11. Paul Butler actually takes over that P number 11 spot. So Joe Sullivan going to take over P number 12. Derek Sherman in 13th. James Molyneux in 14th. And in 15th, currently still in pit lane, coming out of pit lane now, is Christopher Hamilton. As I believe this will bring these drivers 2 by 2 this time by. And we're getting ready to go back racing.
Little word from race control. Crockett given an EOL from the caution this time, so he's gonna drop all the way to the end of the longest line, which is gonna hurt mentally for Crockett. But if he could stay out of the accidents, he will easily get back up there. As now our top 2 is Kirby Gonzalez, and rounding out the top 3 will be Kevin Foster. And that moves Tilford up a spot too. He's now in that outside lane, which can be vital in these exits of corners here, trying to get a run if you're trying to pass somebody.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen how quickly Crockett pulled out to that big early lead, and by the backstretch, he was getting past 3 wide like he was sitting still or tied to a stump. So, is it smart to go early, or is it one of those tracks where you kind of want to time it just right to where as soon as you start going, the green flag comes out?
For Crockett's point of view, it's probably safe to just go with the guy in front and slowly make your way up from there. But if you're also Kirby, I wouldn't jump out either, because as you mentioned, we saw how easily Crockett got swallowed up before turn 3 on the first green flag lap. The cars haven't even gone up to full speed yet, and they're just eating Crockett up. So I won't be surprised if Kirby tries to hold it back until Barney waves it. But it's really all on Kirby now as we coming around turn 4.
Yeah, coming around turn number 4. Everybody double filed all the way up. You see a couple of hurt cars out there, but a couple of cars that have no damage on their race machines. But it's going to be Justin Kirby, Ricky Gonzalez leading these drivers to the green flag. And Justin Kirby already out to a little bit of a gap there, as it looked like he had a little bit of wheel spin going up through the gears. Justin Kirby going to lead these drivers back to the green flag in at turn number 1 and 2, side by side. Kevin Hollywood Foster in the 7 of Ricky Gonzalez. Ricky up on that outside, trying to use the momentum to his favor. But everybody choosing that inside to go the shortest way around.
Yeah, Kevin's going to be able to pull the block on Ricky, so Ricky isn't going to go anywhere. Now Tilford's trying to fight Ricky, but it looks like Tilford's also going to try and fight Foster for P2. Yeah. So Foster may drop back a little bit further than we expect, as it's getting squirrely back there with Carl Hanework. Here comes, Ricky tries to dive to the bottom. I think they're going to make a 3 wide coming out of 4.
Yeah, almost thought about the 3 wide situation last year when we came to Indianapolis. They were 4. There it is. Ricky Gonzalez down to the inside. Going to make it 3 wide. He's going to back out before the corner, as these cars don't really turn that well on a dime. He backs out of that 3 wide situation. Probably the best thing that could have happened here momentarily, as we're closing in on halfway through the first race here tonight of 2. And you see there, everybody trying to make some positions up, as the 4 of Thad Marshall peaked down to the inside, but now he's going to follow the 18 of Carl Hanework through turn number 2.
Yeah, Thaddeus is just going to follow Hanework, because if he can make it through the corners, and actually he's going to slot up behind Kevin Foster. So he's going to be able to just try and cruise, try and take a draft from Hollywood, as it looks like it's about single file to John Crane here, battling for P7. Crane is trying to hold it off from Caleb Collins going into turn 1. Collins going to send it down the inside. Crane's going to go a little wide. Looks like he got loose. That's almost going to give it to Collins if he can manage it around this corner. And And it looks like Collins look at the spot, and Crane's just going to keep falling back if he can't get back down that inside lane.
Yeah, I'm about to say, kind of almost getting into the wall there. That was a beautiful shot from the number 11 machine, as he got a little bit of a slippy sideways coming out of turn number 2. But like you said, you know, he's got to get down to that inside, protect the inside, because that's where all your passes are going to be made. Indianapolis is kind of like Pocono in a sense, where your exit is going to be where those passes are made, not on entry.
Yeah, no, you gotta get that exit down, as it looks as he's just trying to manage his line, trying to slowly catch up to that machine in front of him. As he's actually closed up about a car length here, he can get it into turn 3 if he wants it, just by the draft alone.
Yeah,
that's the fight for the lead is crazy right now. They're blocking all the way to the bottom. Ricky Gonzalez almost cut off Handworks bumper going into turn 3. As Handworks now on the inside of Kevin Foster.
Ricky Gonzalez.
On the inside of Ricky, yep.
Yeah, you know, I don't think it's a bit of a block. I think Justin Kirby's trying to break that draft, and there we go. Pass for the lead. Tilford down to the inside. Give that lap to Dave Tilford, as he's going to be credited for leading lap number 18. And Justin Kirby going to fall back to P number 2. And here comes Carl Hedberg down to the inside of Justin Kirby. And I think this is where you're going to see all the drivers that are right behind Carl Hedberg going to pass Justin for P number 3. As Carl Hedberg thought about going down to the inside to make it 3 wide, thought better of it, as Dave Tilford and Justin Kirby almost connected wheels there. David Tilford had to readjust his line. So far, it is Justin Kirby back up front.
Yep, Kirby back to the lead now. A little wall tap in the back. I believe that's Caleb Collins. He's going to keep that vehicle straight as Edward and Tilford side by side. Edward's going to have the spot. Foster taking a peek to make it 3 wide. And I bet you Kirby's loving this, because it's slowing the top 2. The P2 and 3 down. That's going to allow Kirby to slowly pull away, but as soon as they stop fighting, that lead's not going to last much longer.
Yeah, no, that lead's definitely not going to last it much longer indeed. As now Kevin Foster down to the inside of David Tilford. He's going to be right up on the back bumper of Carl Handwork. But as these drivers battle, it's just going to allow the number 58 to kind of get away here, as the number 18 of Carl Handwork is going to put the hammer down and get around Kevin Foster. And now Carl Handwork presuming the lead.
Here comes Handwork. Yep, he's going to on the inside of Justin Kirby. They're still side by side going through turn 1, but we're not going to see the position conceded until at least the exit of turn 2. That's actually side by side for P4 also, and Kirby's just going to give it up before the exit of the corner to try and grab a draft on Handwork going into turn 3.
Here comes Kevin Foster.
Foster taking a look all the way down to the bottom. Kirby's side by side with Handwork. Handwork's going to drop back a little bit.
Oh, Dave Tilford.
Foster's going to take, unless Handwork drops down.
Yeah, Dave Tilford had to get on the binders a little bit too early. You seen the back end of that car kick out on him. Is now these drivers are single file all the way back to P at number 7 at least. As Ricky Gonzalez fell all the way down to P number 5. But here we go. Dave Tilford was thinking about running the middle, but Kevin Foster seen it coming and played the pick, I guess you could say, for him to not get that middle line rolling.
Well, and Handwork sliding up, almost hitting that wall, but he's going to keep that straight. But Tilford is going to try it on the outside, but the draft is just so powerful. He'll get it done before the corner even starts.
Yeah, Dave Tilford alongside of Carl Handwork. Now he's got Kevin Foster on that outside with him, so you got 2 drivers on the outside. The rest of them down on the inside, as Indy is one of the toughest tracks to pass at. You got to really set it up
Caution.
and make sure you're doing what you're doing is looking at
the
it
11's
now.
bended.
Yeah, the 11, the 85, the 77. Oh boy, this changes everything.
Oh, yes, it does. As we're going to watch a replay here, as the 85 just gets up into the 77. Oh! We just, as we saw, I think, did we miss it?
Yeah, looking at it now, the 77. Oh, the 85 just gets in the corner just a little bit too hot. A little bit of a wall tap there. Oh, the 77 comes back down and it tags the 85. So both of those drivers having some substantial damage to their racing machines.
Please have a cockpit, because I don't know if Butler was still losing it when he went back down onto the 85. So I don't know if the 77 kept turning down to try and claim that inside line back.
We'll go ahead and watch it from the
cockpit of
gyro cam. Actually, is we get to see a little bit of everything here. You see it here. You're going to see the 85 come into the picture. There he is. I'm going to lock and tag wheels. Paul Butler trying to keep that number 77 machine out of the wall. Ends up tacking it just a little bit. And he's coming down. He's got the wheel straightened up, trying to keep momentum.
Nope.
He's turning it back right. Yeah, he's trying to correct it, but ended up catching Dan Phelps right there on the right rear. And a yard sale for Mr. Paul Butler here tonight.
And probably one for the 85 also, because they both took that nose right into the wall.
Could you just imagine, like, this day and age, racing a Lotus 49 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway?
That'd be something. And dangerous.
Yeah, you know, it'd definitely be dangerous, but I feel like it would be super fun. Just to say that you got to drive an old historic race car once in your lifetime.
Hey, that's something to brag about.
Yeah, you know, that definitely would be something to brag about. As I think once these drivers go back green, we're going to give you a little bit of "You Love to Hear It." As this is something that CRN likes to put on for its viewers. It's kind of like the Crank It Up from NASCAR, but it's "You Love to Hear It." Is everybody still doing their pace laps here at Indianapolis?
I'm excited for this restart, though. We are coming around to finish lap 23 under green, and we only have 35 laps. We will be 10 to go when the green flag drops again. So I am excited to see how this race will play out, and I'm expecting some aggressive driving here, some block, some 3 wide. I'm excited.
Yeah, you know, it's... do you want to take the chance of running 3 wide into a corner?
Now this early? Like, what I meant by that, like 5 to go. Or really 1 to go.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think I would wait till final corner. Not peak anymore to have them know what you're doing, but obviously if you get the good enough run coming off turn number 2 and set the back straight up to a perfect T, you could very well be going down that road. Oh.
Our lights are off. We're gonna get it going for at least one more time here. Hamilton's making sure those tires are warm.
Yeah, you see a lot of them kind of weaving back and forth, and you know, a lot of people say it doesn't really help. Other people say it does. I know for a fact it does wear in the tires. I do it every single race. It does have an effect on your tire wear, so make sure you guys look out for that, as you may never know. You might need to do it too me personally, I do it, and then I'll take my brake pedal and I'll kind of hold my brakes while I'm doing it to get my brakes warmed up as well. But Justin Kirby, Carl Hayden going to lead these drivers to the green flag. Justin Kirby had a great restart again. There he goes. It looks like Justin Kirby's getting a little bit of wheel spin on those restarts. Ricky Gonzalez going to drop down to the inside. He's going to take over P3, possibly from Carl Handwerk, as it looks like that's Thad Marshall down. Yeah, Thad Marshall sitting behind Ricky Gonzalez as of right now. Thad got a great run coming out of turn number 2. He's going to take it outside and help his fellow Core Racing buddy on that outside. Is Thad Marshall going to get passed by Ricky Gonzalez, but the battle for the lead is heating up.
Oh, yes, it is. And Tilford's trying to look on that inside, but Kirby is making sure he cannot get a great run coming out of the corners. Draft is still a big factor. Tapping the wall from Crane. Oh, wheel hop in the back. They're going to somehow keep that straight. And whew, that was a close one. That was almost another caution as Tilford's about to get the position from Kirby. Kirby's on that outside lane. That ain't gonna end well for him. I'm gonna expect Handwerk to take P2 from him. And it looks like Kirby's falling off a little. As he taps the wall again. And he's gonna drop back a ton.
Yeah, Kirby fell from first all the way down to P number 6. So not a great lap for Kirby here tonight, but still 9 laps to go here for the first race of tonight. But it's going to be Ricky Gonzalez down, looking in the inside of Dave Tilford. Going to be alongside of him. He's got Thad Marshall. Thad Marshall says, you know what? I'm going through the middle. We're going to make this work. And he's saying, I'm not lifting. Are you lifting? As Dave Tilford lifted early enough to let these drivers just battle it out side by side. No 3 wide just this time. As Caleb Collins got a little bit loose going into turn number 2.
I believe there was a wreck in the back with Joseph Sullivan, but so far no caution right now. We're gonna try and keep this green for as long as we can, and a caution comes out.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go back here and see what happened to Mr. Joe Sullivan. Oh, Joe Sullivan on his lid. So we're going to see.
That'll put out a caution.
Yeah, that'll most definitely be the cause of the caution. I'm going to go ahead and ride along far chase, see what happened to the number 76. You see he's got that wheel pinned to the left, trying to get it to rotate, and it just does not do it. You know, in iRacing, once you flip like that, you kind of can't just get out of your car and roll it over yourself. You got to wait till somebody comes by, hits you, or
does that.
Yeah, or does that where they immediately tow and go into pit lane.
Yeah, unfortunate for Joseph. Just a simple mistake can cost you the race entirely, but we are now going to finish lap 29 on the caution. This is going to get tight. Thaddeus Marshall, David Tilford, and Ricky Gonzalez round out your top 3. All of those drivers are aggressive, and everybody's going to be aggressive on this most hopefully last restart. And whew, I'm just excited.
Yeah, I think if maybe some drivers can eye up the run coming off turn number 4, we may see 4 or maybe even 5 wide for the finish. So that's going to be something to watch. Is, you know, pace lights possibly going to go off this time by. Everybody going to double file it back on up. And we're going to finish this race under green no matter what the cost is. As it looks like Thaddeus Marshall elected to take the outside, possibly. Maybe the inside. I'm not 100% sure. Is pace light still on? So they're going to go another lap here before we get back to green flag racing. Again, do want to say thank you to everybody who's liked, shared, subscribed to CRN. Looking at the comments now. Let's see, Barry. Let's go, Kevin Hollywood Foster. Who will it be? 7. Going with Kevin or Carl Hedwork for the win tonight. John Nobinger out there in the chat saying Chris has spent too much time on Dirt Rally 2. I believe so. I could see it. I could see it. Most definitely.
Well, it looks like that counter steer on his early accident. Very reminiscent.
Yeah, as he had to sit in he had to sit in pit lane for quite some time. It ended up losing 5 laps in that repair part of this race. But it's going to be Thad Marshall and Dave Tilford leading these gentlemen back to the green flag. It's Thad Marshall. I'm going to elect to take the inside, so smart move on his part. You know, if you don't arc the corner like normally how a lot of people do, I would think the inside would be the way to go on a restart. But still got all 15 drivers still in the race. From 11th to 15th, everybody is 1 lap, 2 laps, 5 laps, 6 laps down. So the real battle could be between P number 10 all the way up to P number 1.
Yep, we are coming around to finish lap 31 under this caution. And we will basically restart with 4 to go. This is about to get exciting here, Dylan. I am excited we are here. And we still have one more whole race to go.
Yeah, one more race here tonight. As the Lotus 79, so a little bit more speed coming on up here on a CRN.
And a little bit more grip, might I add.
Yeah, a little bit more grip than the Lotus 49, but still just an amazing combo here tonight. But
Thaddeus takes an early jump.
Yeah,
and I don't think it was as great of a jump as he wanted because Gonzalez is still there. So is Tilford as we're back green here in Indianapolis with 4 to go. Tilford's Ricky is gonna take P2. Tilford's gonna drop back 1, and now Ricky sets his sights on P1 to try and exit on turn 4 here. Jesus, get the tell I'm tired too.
Yeah, it's definitely been one of those days, to say the least.
Both of us.
Yeah. That's just the way that the cookie crumbles. And Thaddeus Marshall doing what he can do best to break draft and keep his number 4 machine as low as he possibly can to not let Ricky get that run down to the inside. You see Ricky trying to arc the corner just a little bit more, but I believe that is kind of hurting him longer in the long run than...
Oh, here comes the Kirby all the way down the bottom. He's going to take both positions.
Yeah.
If he can manage that tilt. That is close.
Yeah, just a little bit slippy slidey from Justin Kirby, but Thaddeus Marshall down to the inside yet again to regain the lead. Ricky Gonzalez almost getting tagged with the number 58, able to get that number 7 machine away from Justin Kirby as they are 3 down on the inside. Now, yeah, 4 down on the inside, 3 up on the outside. Who's going to have the momentum as Ricky Gonzalez takes the lead here tonight with 3 laps to go in our first race? Dave Tilford gets a little bit loose, able to save it, as I believe that was Carl Hedwork almost got in the rear end of David Tilford. Look at Ricky Gonzalez weaving back and forth, trying to break the draft of Thad Marshall. But with him doing that, that's going to allow Thaddeus Marshall to get right up on his back bumper.
Oh, there goes the 42 wide. He's going to go on the wall. He looks like he's going to keep that car straight, as Kirby is now making a move on Carl Hedworth. The leaders are still fighting. Tilford down the bottom for P2.
Yeah, Tilford looking down to the inside of Thad Marshall. Not going to be able to get there. Thad Marshall down to the inside of Ricky Gonzalez now. Now Ricky's on the outside. Can Ricky make it happen? Is he going to pressure the number 58? He's not. Or the 4. Excuse me. He let the 4 go on a bye. And now Ricky Gonzalez going to fall back to P number 4, as Ricky Gonzalez I thought was going to make it 3 wide, but he doesn't. And here comes Carl
Hedworth on the outside. Hedworth's going to try to get the draft.
Oh.
Big wheel hop from Justin Kirby.
Oh,
he's
there we go. Caution
with Justin Kirby
is out.
Oh, and Crank gets nailed in the back.
Justin Kirby has just saw Dale. Is we're going to go ahead and go on the back here and see just what happened from the start of this caution. Get this to work real quick. There we go.
It looks like, yeah, Tilford comes down on Kirby. Kirby isn't there, but then Kirby also just doesn't turn. It looks
I wonder
like
if he broke suspension.
No, his wheels are locked up. You saw smoke there. And, oh, death from Kirby. And who's that other car? But here comes Crane.
Oh,
Check it out.
man.
What in the world was that?
I have no idea. There's just a lot going on in these wrecks, as we're going to watch it from the chase camera. See Crane slowing down. Oh.
Ooh. Crane doing what he should, and it's just a bad case of the Arca brake.
Yeah, especially with John Crane being on a direct drive, that's gotta hurt.
I'm pretty sure he may be sitting in pit road, not for the reason we think.
Yeah, you may never know though. I mean, I can only imagine what a direct drive could do to me. I haven't bought one yet. I don't need a new wheel as of right now, but that, oh man, I could only just imagine just one little wreck like that, and bye bye. Hopefully you don't wreck your thumbs.
I plan on upgrading soon. That's the one thing I'm scared of.
Hey, you know what? I went from Logitech stuff all the way to Fanatec, all the way, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
But we're not here to talk about direct drives and companies that build them. That was certainly a scary accident, though. Certainly, at least if it was real life. Kirby definitely saw Dale Sr. for a sec. So did that other car that was involved. I believe it may have been Sullivan. I could be wrong. I'm gonna have to check that later on myself. But he got somebody else with them, and they both saw Dale Sr.
Yeah, as it looks like the... Oh, what number is that? The 76 of Joe Sullivan. Going to be able to get his lap back here in that Speed Racer, number 76. A nice little throwback. Brendan, I don't know if you know anything about Speed Racer or not, but that was a great show if you ever got to watch it. And a good movie. I know it's kind of before your time, but...
And you are exactly correct.
Hey, you're what, 19-ish?
No, 2006.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah.
Oh, boy, yeah, this is way before your time. You make me feel old, and I'm not even old yet. I haven't even hit my dirty 30s. Like, I am 3 years shy of hitting 30 years old, but still, my man.
Hey, you brought it up.
I did.
I just gave you the info.
I did bring it up. Man. That's crazy. There's my generation of cartoons, hands down the best. And then the ones prior to me, the best. But it's going to be Carl Hedworth that will take the race lead. And Thaddeus Marshall. Yeah, Thaddeus Marshall going to be on the outside. This is where it's going to get super duper spicy. And we're definitely going to Yeah, I can see it now. If these drivers can make it back to the white flag, you're going to see some four wide coming to the start finish line.
Oh yeah, and this is the only we only have 2 green white checkers available to us, so hopefully we can get one race finished under green here tonight. I feel like the Lotus 79s will have a little bit more luck with the amount of cautions we've had. But this is going to get interesting. See who can time the runs out of turn 2 and turn 4 to see what they could do going into the next set of corners or the finish line, depending on what lap it is. Carl Hayworth's choosing the inside, Thaddeus on the outside. Then it's going to be, I believe, Ricky Gonzalez, Kevin Foster, Derek Sherman, and Crockett, Sullivan, and Crane that round out your cars on the lead lap.
Okay, right now, don't tell me your favorite. Keep your favorite and keep your pick. Well, you know what? No, you know what? I'm going with the man, the myth, the legend. I'm going with Kevin Foster to win this race. He's going to come out of nowhere and take the win away. A dark horse is going to be that number 7 machine of Ricky Gonzalez. Those are going to be my 2 picks to win this race here tonight. Brendan, let's hear your 2 picks.
I'm hearing a favorite as Thaddeus. I mean, he's already out there. He's just got to try and time the jumps fine on handwork. Dark horse, I want to take Crockett. He's still in the lead lap. He's back there. He's running, I believe, P6. He still has that chance to take the dub. So mine is Thaddeus and Crockett as Space Car comes dipping down, waiting on handwork or Barney. Handwork goes. He's going to get the jump.
Yeah.
Now, if Thaddeus wants to, he can drop to the bottom, but no. Look at this run the inside lane got.
Yeah, Ricky Gonzalez using that jump that Carl had, and that's the only bad part about being on the outside of P number 1 is second place isn't going to get the bigger jump than the leader. As Ricky Gonzalez is going to fall back to P number 3, he's got Kevin Foster all over his rear bumper. You see there, Carl Hedward trying to break the draft, and now here comes Kevin Hollywood Foster down to the inside of Thaddeus Marshall. Look at the slide. He dove it in there. Look at the crossover. Here comes Ricky Gonzalez. Ricky Gonzalez down to the inside. Thaddeus Marshall going to take P number 2. Does he have enough time to get to Carl Handwork? This race is official. They are 3 wide in the back. Here comes Joe Sullivan. Joe Sullivan all the way up to P number 5.
He's going to back out.
He backed out of it. Oh, Crockett and Dan Tilford. No.
But we're still going to green here.
And here's the battle for the lead. Can Thaddeus Marshall get a big enough run on Carl Handwork? Carl Handwork going to dive down to the inside, break the draft.
They pulled away from P3. It is just Thaddeus and Handwork now. Thaddeus still has a gap, a little bit to make up. Carl down to the inside. Thaddeus going to try around the outside. One more corner to go in Indianapolis. What is Thaddeus going to do here? He's staying down. He's going to try to get the draft out of turn 4. What is Thaddeus going to do here?
Can Thaddeus make it work?
Here he comes.
Carl Handwork going to block. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Thad Marshall. No, yes. Thad Marshall by .009 of a second. Oh my goodness gracious. Thaddeus Marshall coming home with the Lotus 49 victory. Oh, and did I mention our first third-time winner this season? He won at Daytona. He won at the dirt track. And now he's won on an oval again. So Thaddeus Marshall is that guy, bringing home P number 1.
What a win for Thaddeus. And Handwork was not giving it up either. Handwork about put him all the way into the wall to just try and prevent Thaddeus from get that. And, oh wait, what a finish. So we're going to see Thaddeus parking on the inside, getting ready to do his victory celebrations here. For only race 1. This is the first race. Imagine the second race with cars that arguably have way better aerodynamics, way better grip, and much more horsepower. I'm expecting the racing to be much better in these Lotus 79s.
Yeah, the only thing with the Lotus 80 or Lotus 87, the Lotus 79 is the net code. That was a big thing last season, and that could be a big thing to get through the next race. So gotta be careful on where you put the car next to somebody. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and bring in our race winner.
Foster just nailed Hamilton, by the way.
We're gonna go ahead and bring in our race winner. That's gonna be Thad Marshall. Thad, this is Dylan Brendan in the booth. Got a copy.
Yes, sir.
All right, Thad. I don't know how you did it, but you got the job done. You, sir, are a three-peat winner in season number 10, pretty much letting them know, like, hey, dirt, road, oval, doesn't matter. Thad Marshall came to play.
Yeah, Carl almost screwed me over going into 3 and 4. Luckily, I braked just enough to get back behind him and just pulled him down the front stretch.
Yeah, you know, obviously we've seen it from the broadcast side, but how big was that suck from the car in front of you? It looked like it just, I don't know how to explain it. It just looks like, you know, you go from having a super kind of light, no aerodynamic car to a speeding bullet try to pass somebody. It's like the suck that you get from the car in front of you was kind of like a stock car.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it was about 1.5, 2 seconds back. He'd pick up the draft and just trying to stay in as much as possible. Luckily, I avoided all those early wrecks and was there at the end.
Yeah, you know, you avoided pretty much everything out there tonight. But, Thad, before we let you get on out of here, get ready for session number 2. Is there anybody on that number 4 machine you'd like to give a shout-out to?
I'd like to thank you guys for up in the broadcast booth for broadcasting this race, Carl for putting on the race tonight, and good race to him. I didn't even get an X until we bumped tires at the very end, and my family for supporting me and my wife and daughter for letting me do this tonight.
Hell yeah, I forgot. You did welcome your, I believe, daughter into the world last week as we were away for a week of vacation. So congratulations to you, sir, on welcoming your first child into the world, I do believe. Or is that your second?
It is my first, and then I have a stepson.
Oh, see? It's all good in the world, you know?
Yeah.
Now, she's going to follow the dad's footsteps, right?
I sure hope so.
See? He's got the plan. Just gotta keep that on the down low from the wife. I don't know if she's really watching or not, but I won't tell your secrets, okay? All right, then we're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here, and hopefully we'll talk to you again after the second race.
All right, thank you.
All right. Should we bring in second and third place?
Well, we only got 7 minutes until registration closes for the next one, so I doubt they want to at least want to.
Yeah, so, all right. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and close this one out of here and get ready for the next stream. You can catch us over there. So we're going to shut this one down, bring up a new one, and we got some more high-flying action for you. This one with a wing, a rear wing, a front wing, and a couple more body panels. So make sure you guys tune into that one, and we'll be right back.